Welcome to where His love is born, in the church. As we enter the church, we enter nothing but love itself, the love of God for us and the love we have for each other. And we light the candle, we light it to become loving people. For Christ has said, "Let your light shine to all, so they can see your Father who is in heaven." And I light this candle for the health of all the children, because I missed you. But this candle would remind me of you, that God is love, and God loves the children, and I love you. So in the church, we come to celebrate the Holy Eucharist, because the Holy Eucharist is where Christ shared His love with you when you take communion every Sunday, the body and blood of Christ. We read in the Bible that when God created us, He breathed in us the breath of life, and we became a human being. So in each and every one of you, in your brother, in your sister, in your mom and dad, is the Spirit of God placed in you to live a life worthy of who makes you. Yes, there is special love for your brother and sister, there is special love for mom and dad, and there's also special love that mom and dad love each other. But love is generous. If it is in your heart, you will always be a kind person. If it is always in your prayer, you always remember goodness, because nothing is more powerful than love. So what do we have? Valentine just came in, but every Sunday is really a feast of love in the church, when we break bread and we take communion and you hear the word, "Take, eat. This is my body, and drink. This is my blood." For what? That Christ's life to be in you. And love is a very powerful emotion. You love your teacher, and when you become a teenager and you become adult, you fall in love with another human being. I know today many people say they love food and they love sport and they love their pet. It's okay, but a true love can only be given to another person, a human being. So God is love, and those who love, God lives in them, and you live with God. So now the fast is coming, the great fast, awaiting for the greatest event in history, Jesus' death and on Good Friday, and His resurrection on Easter Sunday. So how do you practice love? You have to pray, and you have to fast from meat and many other dairy products. But in everything you do, it has to be done in love. And St. Paul in his gospel also remind us that love makes you patient. You are to listen. Love is kind. Love is not jealous, and is not full of gossip. You are love. As we leave the church after the Divine Liturgy and after all the service, whether it is Compline or Vespers or special feast, we take the love of Christ with us to the world. So now you are a child that God loves you, and He knows your name. So when you leave the church, you take Christ with you. The way you play, the way you study, the way you respect and love mom and dad, in the way you interact with your friend. All these event, all this behavior, it has to produce love in your heart. Now, there's sometimes people might say something to you, you get upset, they might hurt you, but one person will never hurt you, is Jesus Christ, who came to this world, and you celebrated his birth on Christmas, and you celebrate his crucifixion, his death and resurrection, and that's what makes us living in the church, because God is love, and your church practice this love at every Sunday morning. So now as we leave the church, remember that God does not leave us. He's with us at all time and every hour. And I want you to know that love gives us hope, love gives us faith, but the greatest of these things is love. And I want to say to all of you that I will love you forever. I will always like you, because I am your priest and you are my children. I baptized you and saw you when you were born, and I pray now to see you when you grow old. So love lives in action, not only in word. God's love.